Welcome to another episode of Against the Insanity. Coming up on today's show, we've got an update on the Bud Light VP. Let's see how her career's going. Daily call, woman dumps boyfriend over brain tumor. And also, we've got another update coming up on our good old friend Alec Baldwin. Let's see how things are faring for him coming up here. What's going on, Ricky?
Hey, nothing much. How are things going for you?
Pretty good, man. We were up in Carrizo Plains, which is probably about 3.5 hours north this weekend. And so we were doing some 4x4 and off-road in my truck.
Nice.
Out like all the wildflower blooms and stuff. And funny story, I wanted to wait to tell you for the show. We got to this fucking one road, man, where we were like, it was almost like straight, I wouldn't say it's straight up, but it was pretty brutal to get up this fucking one road up on top of this mountain. And we fucking made it up in my Ram, and I was sitting up at the top there, and I watched this fucking guy in a Subaru try to start fucking coming up the road, and he maybe got quarter of the way up the fucking side of the mountain, fucking backed out, and I'm like, ooh, that's rough. And you know, I always hear people brag about their fucking Subarus and stuff, but this dude looked like he was gonna shit his pants, and I watched him back down the mountain, and I was like, ooh, that's rough.
Yeah. That's funny.
And then it was funny because like he was still down there, so like me and Amy, we were up at the top and we got out and we were taking some pictures and stuff, and that's when I started making my way back down. And as I'm coming up, there was this one hiker like looking at my truck coming down the side of the fucking mountain. He was giving me the thumbs up like, yeah. And I got down to where like the dudes in the Subaru were, they were unpacking some stuff and just gonna get out, and I guess they were gonna walk up, and the guy's like, I tried to make it, and I was like, I was rooting for you, man.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know they're all-wheel drive and all, but it's not the same as four-wheel drive.
I was impressed that my fucking truck made it up there because it looked a little menacing at first. When you look at it from like when you take a step back when you were coming up the mountain, I don't know, man. This is fucking pretty sketch. But dude, my truck, no problem. And I have both the dogs in the truck and stuff. They're probably like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Looking up at the fucking sky.
Exactly, dude. It's pretty fucking brutal.
That's funny.
Yeah. Did you guys do anything fucking yesterday?
No, not really. Just chill weekend, to be honest with you. I got up yesterday and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the range. I went out and I shot my rifle a little bit, but
oh yeah, you were shooting your new what rifle did you get again?
It's a Ruger American. I mean, it's nothing, crazy, but I just wanted to get something because I didn't really have like a hunting rifle at all, and it's kind of my first rifle.
Is it a 270 or
no? It's a 308.
308. Okay.
Yeah, but it's my introductory to like hunting. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll get something nicer later on down the road. But I don't want to get something real nice. Yeah, they're good too. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I enjoy it more and I go out like hunting or something, maybe I'll get something at that time. But I don't want to get anything too crazy until I know for sure I liked it. So.
Yeah. I was going through when I got home last night, I was going through TikTok and I saw that they were doing that fucking Halo 2 fucking LAN tournament in fucking Vegas. And I'm like, dude, why the fuck? How do we not see this? Like, if there was an invite, I'd go to fucking Vegas and fucking play Halo 2 again. Fuck, on LAN. That would be the shit, dude.
I remember them days, us getting together doing Halo 2 LAN parties and shit. Oh,
and they were giving away those fucking, they look like Super Bowl rings, dude.
Yeah. That's funny.
I'd fucking, get caught up again in Halo to play that shit. So I wanted to kick off our first story. I wanted to, I saw this, start coming through yesterday. You saw the cracks breaking, but apparently Bud Light's marketing of VP is now taking a leave of absence.
What? Why?
I can't imagine why. I mean, the brand has to be doing way better than it ever was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, they're hitting all-time records in sales with the shit she's, trying to pull. So.
Dude, I see people posting updates on TikTok. They're going into their local store and like you maybe see like a case of Bud Light sold. Not saying they're not selling any because I'm sure in some places, some people are like, I'm not getting involved in this. I'm still buying it. It's my favorite beer or whatever. But, it's like watching her interview that kind of basically started a whole thing of this when she's sitting there blasting fucking Bud Light fans. Like it was a fratty brand. It was out of touch and it needed some updates. It's like, what do you think guys do on the weekend when they fucking get together and drink Bud Light? Most times they're not just sitting around like fucking, sometimes I'm sure you're talking politics, but sometimes we do dumb shit.
Right. No, just going to say her opinion about, it being fratty or whatever, but it was selling. Is it now? Not really.
Because when you go back and look at the top selling beer of 2022, Bud Light. Top selling beer, 2021, Bud Light. So like the brand wasn't dying at all. Like, her words, people take those words out of context when she was like, it was a dying brand. No, it wasn't. It was the top selling beer in the last couple of years. Go back and look at the sales. Like, and now that, her inclusivity campaign has kicked in. Now I could see this year not being the top selling brand. Well, congratulations that your education, that you paid millions of dollars for going to like these prestigious colleges and shit. Yeah, you did wonders. I'm sure you'll do good anywhere you fucking go from this point.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand why it needed to change. I mean, like you said, top selling for a number of years, and then you do this for what reason? It wasn't because sales were declining or you were falling behind. It was because you wanted to go woke. I mean, that's just all it was.
Yeah, and apparently it wasn't approved either. And, it's funny is when the video came out, now all of a sudden somebody went on her fucking Facebook and it leaked out these pictures of when she was in college and fratty behavior, like drinking alcohol out of condoms and shit like that. So like,
that's disgusting.
You're going to sit here and you're going to fucking preach to people about fratty behavior and the brand needs to be updated and stuff. But like, you've participated in this fratty behavior. So what's your excuse?
Right. Hypocrite.
Yeah, exactly. So, this leave of absence, I have a feeling is we may fire your ass. So you might want to take some time off.
Yeah, I don't think it's leave of absence to plan for her promotion. I think it's the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm. She's been promoted to, a fratty beer drinker now, apparently, again. So you're back to where you started. Started from the bottom, now you're here. So this next story really fucking pisses me off. I had to throw this in because like this is just how shitty human beings can fucking be at times. So woman dumps fiance after cancer diagnosis, runs marathon for him instead. So apparently a woman said in an op-ed published Friday that she dumped her fiance because his cancer diagnosis was too damaging for her mental health and is running a marathon for him instead. In the article, Danielle Epstein wrote that her fiance has had malignant stage 4 brain cancer and his chances of surviving 5 years were 65%. Epstein described how she struggled to watch her fiancé grow sicker and feared the possibility of long-term side effects from his cancer treatment. I had been so close to having everything I wanted then, and all of a sudden it had been snatched away. Doctors had asked Epstein to wait until after her fiance's surgery to dump him. The surgery was successful, but he was left with double vision paralysis on the right side of his face and had to relearn how to write and talk. When Epstein discussed the ending their relationship, her fiance said there was still a chance that it can be cured. Despite his pleas, Epstein left 2 weeks later. I can't see the way I can be happy with you anymore, Epstein told him. According to her op-ed, Epstein wrote that even though her ex-fiancé was optimistic, her own mental health was in decay, and she believed that he needed someone stronger to help him through recovery. This is the most shallow fucking bullshit I've ever seen in a long fucking time.
Yeah, dude, that's real bad. There's a lot of shit going through my mind right now, but with this case. So, like, he was diagnosed with this, and you're basically just going to leave him over it. Like, there's a couple things I think of. So now you're going to leave him in a position where he's fighting this alone. You know what I mean? It's like, it's bad enough when you have somebody supporting you, there for you through the whole thing. Like, it's still bad, but you have somebody there. But then for you to get that type of diagnosis and you're like, I'm out, that's real fucking shitty. Like, she's a shitty person, and honestly, he's probably better off without her.
This was a sign, dude. Honestly. Like, she's not the one.
Yeah, this was a sign. Yeah, I mean, I hope that he does recover. I hope he comes out of this and he can beat it and he'll move on and live a very healthy life. Yeah, I hope that is the case. And if that is the case, I hope he does find somebody worthy of being with, because she's
not the one, dude.
You know what I mean?
This apparently not the one. There's massive no way fucking backlash online too, and it's like, I think the only reason she decided to do this run is after this shit started fucking going viral, because like you're such. Why would you even write about this and put this online? Like, oh well, she couldn't have known that this was going to fucking do this, because she seems like the type that has no idea how fucking, this shit works. But that people were going to fucking destroy you over this. Like, in his most weakest time, you turn and tuck tail and run. Like, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah, when you need to be there the most for him, you're just going to
I watched my... Exactly.
She's a shitty person.
I watched my fucking grandfather when my grandmother had cancer. We lived in a 2-story house. The bathroom was upstairs. I watched him carry her up the stairs every night fucking bathe her and carry her back downstairs into like our living room area where we kept all her medical equipment in, in her bed and stuff like that, lay her down. That to me is sticking it out. That's love.
That's love.
This shit, dude, running a marathon in his honor to try to raise money. Go fuck yourself, bitch. I like you.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I gotta be honest. You're an asshole.
She was saying how her life, she was hoping it to go one way and then it completely changed.
Life.
Guess what? That's how life fucking goes. That's life. Like, for you to sit there and say that type of shit, that just shows how selfish of a person you really are. And the fact that you were going to leave the person that you were about to marry over this just because it didn't go the way that you wanted it to go, you're selfish. Yep. And that's all there is to it. And you don't deserve to be with a good person. You're a piece of shit. Like,
yeah, I'm sure there's some other asshole for you down the road, believe me.
Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, I saw that. You threw that in here. I was like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I saw that earlier this week, and I was like, this is going in because, like, there's just so much to be said. Speaking of other unbelievable news, so the charges against Alec Baldwin are dropped in his fatal Rust shootings. Charges have been dropped in the Alec Baldwin fatal shooting of a cinematographer on the set of his Western movie Rust after new facts surfaced in recent days. The announcement came 2.5 months after New Mexico prosecutors filed involuntary manslaughter charges against Baldwin. In a statement, the special prosecutors appointed by New Mexico First Judicial Attorney Mark Carmick, I don't know his last name, whatever the fuck that is, to handle the case, said new facts were revealed that authorities are prepared for the May 3rd preliminary hearing. The statement from Kerry Morrissey and Jason Lewis does not say what those facts were, but they say they require additional investigation and forensic analysis.
Wait a minute. So it doesn't make sense. So they dropped the charges, but they're still investigating this alternative.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like,
evidence?
According to this article. And I'm like, dude, the guy fucking straight up pointed a gun at somebody and shot him. Whether or not, like, this asshole is like, he's so quick to judge other people when this stuff kind of happens. And now all of a sudden, like, these charges are just going away.
Yeah, it happened to him, and now he's an exception. Like, no, and like I said, it's very odd. Oh, there's new evidence that came to light, so we're dropping the charges so we can look into this alternative evidence. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. So, like, what's going on behind the scenes?
Well, apparently he'll be back on set shooting in no time after this.
Oh yeah, he'll be shooting, all right.
I hate this asshole. I've always fucking,
yeah.
Truth be told, though, I used to watch 30 Rock. Alec Baldwin was super fucking funny on that TV show. Like, good character, but probably plays himself a little too well. Well, yeah, after this, dude, I can't stand this guy. Like, listening to him badger about politics and shootings and all this other stuff. And then this motherfucker shoots 2 people and fucking gets away with it. Like, without anything. Like, that's fucked up. Come on,
right? Man. If that was you or I, we'd be.
Oh yeah, and this motherfucker would be like, lock him up, throw away the key, he fucking shot somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he would. Like, absolutely.
It's not okay when shit's done to him, though. Like, you don't fucking point guns at people, asshole. Maybe if you fucking took the time to actually learn about fucking gun safety and stuff, whether or not you're using real or fake prop guns on the set, you should still fucking know. You never fucking point a gun at somebody, let alone pull the fucking trigger, dumbass.
Right. I mean, I remember when we first talked about this, situation, like the person that was in charge, like the gun handler or whatever, like it seemed like there was a lot of
the armor
carelessness the armor. Like there was a lot of carelessness with the guns from the very beginning too, where like prop guns were mixed in with real guns and they were having issues with guns going off, early on before, anyone was shot. So like there was a lot of just carelessness. And at that point, that is someone's fault.
Yeah. And you should have hired somebody like an armorer who actually has a lot of gun experience, because it sounds like the gun armorer at the time did not have a lot of gun experience. And she was on a Nicolas Cage set where a gun had gone off prior as well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there were a lot of signs leading up to this. Like, you really need to take better care of firearms. There definitely needs to be somebody who has a lot more experience. And this guy, he just wants to prove that he just wants to act and do his fucking job. He doesn't care about any of this shit. We've seen it.
Right. Unbelievable. Yeah, I definitely want to see what this evidence is.
Yeah, me too.
When it comes out, because I just, like I said, I find it very weird that they're just dismissing everything and the evidence isn't out to show.
Yeah, because I was reading the article, I'm like, well, what evidence? You'd think they would put it out there. So I don't know. It's probably just more made up fucking bullshit to get this guy off.
Right. That's probably what it is. Honestly, he probably paid someone off.
Well, of course. That's usually what happens in these situations.
Yeah, he's in Hollywood. He has the money. Like I said, if that was you or I, we're not paying anyone off. We're getting arrested.
Yeah, my ass is going to sit in fucking jail. Right. Dickhead.
Motherfuckers.
That's about all I have for this week. Find the show on Rumble, YouTube. We've been also looking at posting some clips and stuff. Hopefully here in the next week or so. I really want to get into the habit of putting some shit on TikTok, just some show clips and stuff like that to introduce people to the show. Put it more out there. If you want to drop us a line on any of those platforms, you can also send us an email at againsttheinsanity247@gmail.com. If you happen to come across the show, I mean, you may or may not, depending on if YouTube's fucking shadow banning us. But I'm hoping on Rumble eventually we maybe get some more eyeballs and stuff. And once I start putting more clips out there, hopefully we get more people. It's kind of a labor of love for us. We do it because we really like to do it. And, if you enjoy the show, just drop us a line, let us know. We also have a PayPal. Eventually, we'd like to bring more shows to you and stuff. If you want to donate to the show, same email as before, againsttheinsanity247@gmail.com. Drop us a line, let us know. Or if find the show really entertaining and you want to hear more, send us a couple bucks. Hopefully, here in, a couple months, we can bring more of a show to you and have maybe extended shows and do longer formats if that's something you really enjoy. But yeah, until next week, we will see you later.
Adios, mofo.